1999.
That down that little hole you're looking at.
Mommy!
Oh. Fancy. Go. Yeah, here at Arbiton. Nobody used to believe it.
Help her out and move forward. It'll only yell one way.
I get on, yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're very proud to see so many of you here to Charles Hartsock's
who is a husband of 53 years, a father, a grandfather, and a brother to us. We feel the eulogy and dedication was very appropriate to his memory. It is with very heartfelt thankfulness and appreciation that we give to the Blandon Credit Union for their gift of this living memorial tree tribute to him, his honor. Since he spent about 35 years of his life here in Itasca County and was proud to have served both in the U.S. Army as an instructor to the French Army on Lend-Lease equipment in World War II, and previously also 2 years in the Civilian Conservation Corps, of which he always said gave him the education that was a great benefit to his successfulness in his life. Returning from the Army, we married and lived in the area of Deer River and Grand Rapids for 36 years, where he farmed and also worked for the United States Steel Company for 32.5 years, and was proud to say he was absent from work only 8 days, and all the while working for U.S. Steel. After his retirement in 1982, we decided we could do some traveling, which we both loved to do. We found we loved the mountains and desert and decided to settle in Prescott Valley, Arizona. After a few years, we found there a beautiful place at Redwood Memorial Gardens in Thue, Arizona. When we visited there, he said, "Margaret, this is our next home, but we will always be able to watch the antelope play." As he was a strong advocate in the preservation of our natural resources and a proud veteran, this place seems so appropriate for this living tribute to him. And now I'll turn the dedication over to Don Crust, a very close and dear friend.
Well, Margaret, thank you for asking me to be a part of this. Really appreciate it.
I'm very proud to have you here.
Thank you very much. Charlie had a poem that Margaret said he read and referred to often, and I'm going to read this poem for you. It's called Afterglow. I'd like the memory of me to be a happy one. I'd like to leave an afterglow of smiles when day is done. I'd like to leave an echo whispering softly down the waves of happy times and laughing times and bright and sunny days. I'd like the tears of those who grieve to dry before the sun, of happy memories I leave behind when day is done. That's a very good poem. I did have a few thoughts about Charlie, and I'll try to get through them here without getting too sentimental. We all have our visions of Charlie. Each one of us has different visions, maybe. You know, who he was, what he represented, what kind of a fellow he was. And my vision of Charlie was of a great big old giant oak tree. That was Charlie to me. He was a big sturdy oak tree. And I think of the trunk of an oak tree off in the distance with the sun shining, and that big old oak tree there as big as these trees, with a big canopy of leaves and branches that grow off the branches, and the twigs at the end representing his family. And I think of that big old sturdy trunk with a lot of bark, and Charlie had some bark, didn't he? I think of that bark, that strong, sturdy tree with, what, 78 layers, annual layers of wood on that trunk. And I think of the roots, it must have been a tremendous structure down there in the ground that sustained Charlie, his roots. That meant a lot too, you know. And Charlie would refer back to his roots often with me. And then I see that big oak tree with the big branches and the leaves, and it's looking down on a lot of different scenes. One scene was the one that Margaret referred to, that little home, that log home in Arizona with that motor home there by it. And I see that good old farm too, because that chicken house was a lot like the one I had, and we used to drive back and forth. Charlie and Margaret would come down in that van, and we'd have the best time. And I see scenes like the iron mine with that great big dirt mover that he showed me one time. And I see his army buddies there below that tree, and each one of you have your own ideas of the scenes that you remember about Charlie. And one scene certainly is, to me at least, this giant, solid, sturdy oak tree. And no matter what kind of tree that's down there right now, whether it's a birch or a pine or whatever it is, to me, I see a big oak tree, and that's my Charlie. I think we can go down there if you'd like. Isn't that the idea? We'll take a look at that tree.
I have a granddaughter that has a little reading that she wrote up about Grandma.
Wonderful.
So she
We can go down there and hear it there? Or
yeah.
would you like to do that?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Now wait a minute, Rosie.
So you can hear.
My great-grandpa Armstrong. He was a good man in heart. And he also was kind. He didn't care if he said or thought about him. He just walked away from it. He was also wise. When he came to campus, he would visit. He would always give me good advice what to do. I thought he was a great man who fought and survived in World War II. He has a sweet, gentle, and helpful wife, my Grandma Hartsock. I know he seems to be stern about some things, but inside he was wise, friendly, and a good, gentle man. His heart was filled with love, respect for those who were his friends and family. He had a good, respectful life when he lived. A great grandpa doesn't come out of the heart of gold and silver. His heart should be love. But out of the heart of the Word of God can turn you to the Lamb of God, Jesus Christ. To the Holy Land where your treasures lay, that you most wanted, that you gave to others. and sacrificed everything you gave to those who share in harmony. Grandpa Hartsock, you gave everything to us. You gave us joy, laughter, and the whole world of God. You sacrificed everything you had to be with your family. To be a good man and to serve God.
I think I might have left it over there on that.
What?
I wish I could drink it.
Yeah, backs up on me too.
All right. Go.
I called you Theron, but that's Theron, and this is Richard.
Oh, yeah, you throw it up.
Oh, dear.
That's my baby. Yeah, keep the guy warm up.
Yeah, Theron, you're away, so.
Oh, no, they
I'm afraid they'll rush. Well, I keep drinking little parts. Well, they've got two there, and they're all the same. They got another one over there. Is that, but that's not for this one, is it? Oh, that's a different group, huh? Coming to birthday party.
We got a 50 coming up here, 6th of July.
50?
Art.
Oh, okay, yeah, picnic, yeah. Hoping for that the one last year, there was a lady that they showed up. Oh. Just smiling, big jump. Well, hopefully this year. We can't have 2 years in a row.
Did I hear somebody say you were the postman?
Used to be years ago.
Well, he didn't retire, well,
Yeah, he's helped me well.
Oh, I bet you I know you.
Yeah.
I don't get up well, and I'm up by the time he's on the radio, but usually I get up real early in the morning. He does a good job. They think he's in Minnesota.
Yeah, he's into that stuff.
We noticed that all these trees have the same burn in them.
Yeah, they had a big fire here. When, I don't remember when it was.
It's a wonder they're still standing.
It is, a wonder it is, yeah. So they're pretty bad from
And somebody said something about Elvin, and I said, okay,
I don't know when that was, but it's a few years ago now.
Oh, it had to be when they were fairly young. Yeah. These trees are.
Wonder they stood up that long.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Down at Brainerd, if you get a tree with a gash like that in it. Oh, I see.
No. Last 4th of July, we had a hell of a wind up to us and the boundary water went down.
I had a wind in Brainerd and it blew thousands of pine down.
That was 4th of July last year too.
Yeah,
It was all
right
over.
on about then, yeah.
But it kind of, well, it hit Grand Rapids too, but not the worst of it. I think. Yeah, we got to do
My feet are cold.
Are they?
Well, see, I didn't know Tim either. Not
Right on to a little.
probably half an hour ago. I read Gina.
He'd be the first to say
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That'll be fine. All right.
On that plate.
You just behave yourself now.
Well, I was looking at that Chevy over there. Isn't that a big
I'll wait here.
I forget how many years it's been. I got saved back in 1980, 81, somewhere in that neighborhood. A friend of mine. And I stopped in there. And, well, we were Anyway, that motel across the I was Chuck shop. We put her in the hotel there. We go to truck shop for
Daniel, bring everybody down here.
I got black eyes.
Josh, can you?
They got any lawful antiques?
Want me to bring it down?
Always more.
Lila, bring out.
It's kind of heavy job, so you have to set it down. Oh, yeah. Carol's got a pretty good guy.
Whatever here.
Guess it's supposed to be hot.
Huh?
I think that coffee's supposed to be hot. Hey, Kev. Kev.
Down there's a package in that.
Well, happy birthday, Ma. I'm trying to get this done for your birthday. There's the house, of course. There's my carport. Way down there is the garage. There, see, I'm just out here playing around. I just thought I'd show you a picture of the house. More or less so that you can see what the garage and that looks like. That's the carport, Mom. We can't forget the garbage can. The trash. Oh God, look at the ugliness.
Here, Grandpa. Get over here and take a picture of her. Hi. She's smiling. Oh, yeah. Come on. Are you gonna get
Come on, speak up.
I got a dress, so I have to put it down.
Oh, Grandma, hi. Say hi, Grandma.
What?
Say hi, Grandma.
Why?
Tell Grandma hi. Tell Grandma.
Happy birthday, Grandma. It's driving me nuts. Turn around. Yeah, don't turn around. Like he's gonna
Don't.
you don't.
Oh,
Come on.
your nose.
Sing happy birthday.
Happy
Get over there, Leroy.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Grandma. Happy birthday to you. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Happy birthday.
Sing it.
Happy birthday.